Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Claire. Today we're going to talk about higher and lower percentage choices. In improv, everything is a choice, just like in life. And we have opportunities to either make really good choices or maybe not so great choices. Now, in improv, every choice is accepted, just like in the yes and that we've talked about. However, there are higher payoffs with better choices, with better offers, with better suggestions or gifts that we give to each other. And so when you think about that in life, what kind of payoff are you getting for the choices that you're making? And so what I'd like to invite you to do this week is to think about, when you're making choices, what is your highest percentage payoff for that decision? Let us know on Coffee with Claire at our Facebook page, and I look forward to hearing from you. As you know, every week we bring in entrepreneurs, people who give back to the community, and people who like to have fun. So today I'd like to welcome Susan Hamilton to our show. Thank you for being here, Susan.
Thank you so much for having me, Claire.
You're so welcome. So Susan is the owner and founder of Offbeat Business Media, and that's an organization that's dedicated to rebuilding American influence locally, nationally, and abroad. They distribute their information through digital media, including radio, digital magazines, regular magazines, and everything in between. So, welcome, Susan. So glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So, tell the audience a little bit about who you are, before we get into the Offbeat business information.
Who am I?
Who is Susan Hamilton?
I come from a long line of entrepreneurs, a long line of family business. So, my history comes from hearing my mom and dad talk shop.
Oh, cool.
At the kitchen table, and what that meant as far as all their relationships in community. It's neat when you get to have a background of over 50 years of understanding the small business experience in America today.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So what kind of business did they have?
So they had a plumbing business, residential service. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. So there was a lot of business to consumer kinds of work. That.
Right. But we always capitalize a little bit better when we recognize our B4B,
mm-hmm.
and because other business owners are our largest referral base. So it was interesting to see that started and seeded, awesome. In my understanding, at a very young age. To weather things as long as they have. Over 50 years.
No
that's saying something. They've seen a thing or two, right?
Right. I'm really glad that we have people like them, because we all need a plumber, right? So the American business climate is probably very different than when they first started their business. So what are the differences that you see from then to now?
Well, right now, I'll tell you what, in 2007 I started my foray into marketing.
Okay.
So my background is content and copy. Is what I really enjoy. But we started in this space when WordPress was coming on the scene, and you could manipulate search engine results. People weren't coming to you just because they wanted a website. They wanted a website and they wanted it to be found. Well, that means you're selling content now. Now it means you're communicating. And a lot of people didn't understand what that meant. So that's where my business history came into play, and where it started. And it was very, very interesting, because even at that time, people didn't really understand how to communicate the voice of their message. But largely, I'm very community-minded, and I recognize some of those things that hold us back, and I would see people say things to me like, boy, I'd like to do something about this issue or that issue. I'd like to take care of homeless veterans. I'd like to help ex-offenders get back to work. And largely, it's because they experience that, right? Because 30% of us have addicts in our family or workspace today.
Wow.
So all of these things really do impact how we do business because of over legislation, over regulation, that really impairs so many of the things we're doing when we're talking about who this is. Identifying them is something that people have, I think, missed the mark on it for so long, because this is 80% of American micro to small business are family-owned businesses of 9 employees or less. It means they're building their business while they're raising their kids. They're taking care of their parents.
Right.
They probably have a veteran in their family or workspace. And like I said, over 30% of them have addicts in their family or workspace. So now all of a sudden that conversation that, we've always dealt with those things. They're not new things as far as that climate goes. But now you're looking at this hamster wheel approach to everything, trying to avoid penalties and fines, because everything's a freaking penalty or a fine, right, if you get this wrong. And we've got, with the way our codes are spider webbed together, it's very distracting. All those same things that have been around forever have become much more distracting and take away from the focus. So it's exciting to know we're at a spot now where people are starting to recognize, hey, if we rebuild American business influence locally, nationally, and abroad, we can start to be the answers to our very own problems.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good solution.
Well, it's not one thing one person can do. It's a combined effort.
So in your organization, you've actually just started print again, right? So you did a lot of digital work. And, I keep reading everywhere, well, print is dead, the newspaper's out of, people aren't buying newspapers. It's all going to be on our tablets, on our phones and things like that. So what made you buck that trend and go towards the printed word? So
print is just another avenue. We've been in magazines since 2014, the Offbeat Business Magazine, when we started. We are not a business spotlight, but more of an info marketing tool. So the wisdom from one business owner to another business owner is going to be a little bit different. And if we focus that to build each other up and then use that, repurpose that content, now we're solving digital marketing problems. That's great. However, you get to this spot where now you've got brick and mortar locations and you've got other, if we really want to do a good job in this space, we've got to recognize how many people aren't networking. We've got to realize how many people are not social networking, how many people are not using digital marketing strategies. If we're really going to rebuild American business influence locally, nationally, and abroad, then we're going to have to use mediums they are familiar with, people that are not using it. And going into print allows us to showcase some of the other things that we're doing in a really nice way.
Yeah. So do you find that, I know we have 4 generations in the workplace right now, do you find that there's one generation that is gravitating more towards the print, or does it go by industry, or is it just all over the place? I'm
you wonder how I'm approaching it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's got to be a method to the madness, right?
Right. Well, we offer these, for our annual sponsors, we offer packages where they can purchase some for their own coffee tables. And that way they can showcase some of their own article contributions, some of their own ads with their own group. Because it's one thing to say, hey, I'm doing this. It's another thing to say, Offbeat Business Media is showcasing you doing this. And so it really elevates that brand to do it that way.
And it's a little bit different coffee table approach, I guess, than some of the magazines that all they do is they're just about advertising.
Right.
Since you're actually having business owners write articles for business owners, addressing things that business owners need to understand, that's a little bit different than just, I don't know, seems like there's a lot
of spotlights out there. I agree.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of that, and that's exactly where we are different, because we realize that if we can impact 4 major areas, and I would say 2017 really 5, although the 5th, as you know, sales. That's where you shine. That really is involved with all of this. But if we can, what if, Claire? What if we got excellent at networking? What if more people came out and realized the art of the conversation when it came to conveying the voice of their business?
I love networking, by the way.
I know. You are awesome at it. And that's why we've had a lot of fun in that space. And that's really how we've stayed in business. I mean, when you get down to it.
For you.
So how many people are not doing that? That's a dangerous place, in my opinion. And how do you effectively social network if you don't know the ins and outs of actual networking conversation, right? So that, when I say networking, I'm talking about that.
Oh, okay.
But then we also processes. We really need to start looking at our processes a little closer. Matriarchs and patriarchs of the traditional family business have a way of doing things.
That's true.
And then you've got the millennials coming up that have their way of doing things. There's got to be a better communication between those things. So improving our processes is going to help us be more efficient and make more money. But then there's also digital marketing strategies, as you know. Playing in this space is pretty vital. You need to not be afraid of putting your face on a camera or putting your voice out there today. It's pretty important, because that's where people are getting their information. The internet's the preferred method of information for business owners today. So being in that space, helping them do that is going to be a big deal. And also across the board, coaching is down, events are down. Geez, large corporations that are making some good money, they invest heavily in their continuing education in almost every department.
Yeah.
Where you shine, you're the continuing education, Claire. I mean, you're known for that, and we're grateful because of that perspective. But we need to get that down even to smaller businesses and make sure that they're taking advantage of it. So by using the mediums that we offer, small business owners can actually get some coaching, get some event information that's tangible.
And, you know, small businesses need it the most, but they're so afraid to step away for a moment because, you know, if they leave that office, who's going to run the ship? You know, who's going to keep things moving forward? So how do you help them get over that really mental block, that hurdle, to come out and seek the information that they really need to go to the next level?
Well, the first thing we do is we offer it in those nice small articles through our magazine, through those nice short radio spots, 20-minute shows, as you know. Nice, keeping it short keeps that attention span, and you can get that information out where they can get in, get out, you know, and get on with their day. And giving it to them in those small pieces, hopefully there's a light bulb. Hopefully every time that they're tuning into the information that we share and the information that you share, they're coming away with something that lights them up and turns them on and gets them excited about what they're doing again.
And that's always the hope. You know, we really want to make sure that we're offering content that is really valuable, because that's why you guys are tuning in. You know, this is not fluff and stuff. This is real world, you know, and we want everyone to be better. We want everyone to succeed. So you've talked a lot about using digital marketing. If we don't do that, you know, you said that there's some people that haven't embraced it. What's going to happen to their business?
Well,
what do you think?
Yeah.
Looking into your future. I've got a crystal ball here, Claire. This is what it says.
Well, I think we see it. The trend is, and the trend will, that's never going to go away, because this is how we communicate. You know, we need each other's facial expressions. You know, if this is all we do, it's still not right, because we're missing what this means.
Yeah.
And there's energy here that is absent to screen, and that's awesome. But this right here is how you build a strong, influential brand. And that's why it's so important to be there. And right now, legislatively, when you look at all those issues that I described previously, now the conversation that people are having at their coffee table or at their breakfast table: criminal justice, Veterans Administration, health care, taxation. We got code that's ridiculous. And the only way we're going to be able to have an influence, because as long as we're not there, we have no influence, right? We're easily discarded. We don't mean much to the legislators down there making decisions about business law and how we go about it. But when we start getting loud, when we start making money and making sense of the things that we're doing, we become a force that cannot be stopped or canned or discarded. And I think that's more important than not making good money. It's much more dangerous to lose your influence.
Well, so how do business owners get a stronger voice? Do we just, you know, stay on the internet and keep moving forward with our business? Do we, I mean, are you advocating everyone hold on to each other and lift each other up at the same time? How are we approaching this?
Aren't you?
Yes, always. That's what I do. I want people to lift up with me, you know, and be empowered by what we're sharing with them.
It's funny you say that, because whenever I think of that phrase, you know, lifting each other up, I remember, you know, the Old Testament, when Moses was winning, when they were winning, they had their arms up. They were going, you know, this is what, and when it got too much and they were too tired, people came alongside them and held the arms up. And as long as those arms were up, they could get things done. You can't get it done by yourself. You do need a team of people. They say it takes a village to raise a family. Well, it takes a village to be in business. You're not in commerce by yourself.
So, what do you enjoy most? I mean, it sounds and looks like you really are very passionate about everything that you do. So what's the most important thing that you do, the thing that gets you really excited every day?
The notion that we can. The notion that we can. It's exciting to build a network that will be employing from the ex-offender community. It's exciting to know that we can teach cities all over the United States of America exactly how to do this, because you don't need any special education. You just need training behind that camera. You can do that. You can get those things done. So why not? So we can actually impact generations of dysfunction. And I think that's a huge part of it, and I think that's going to help a lot. But just recognizing that we don't have to lose the art of the conversation. We don't have to lose that.
Right.
We can have that back, and that fires me up, that lights me up, and I enjoy it like you do. And you know, I have seen you in action yourself, Claire. I mean, you're really excellent at it, and you inspire me as well.
Well, thank you. Well, Susan, how can people get a hold of you, watch what you've got on your channels and things like that? You've got, what do you have? You have radio, you have, well, you can tell them. You're much more articulate about what you do than I am.
We've got a radio program. The Offbeat Business Show has been on the air since 2014 on Pegasus Netwaves. We are making some big changes going forward right over the next month.
Okay.
And we've upgraded our studios, and now
Congratulations.
we're offering, yes,
that's amazing.
It's pretty fun. So now we'll be offering program in television as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So television, radio, magazine, and then of course the print production of it now. Yeah. And where we've got that. Watch for it, because when you least expect it, you're going to run into that brand and know exactly what we're talking about there.
So where do they find you online?
So you can find all of this information at offbeatbusiness.com or download the Offbeat Business app, where you can get all of that, the magazine, the lineup, the replays, the event calendar, everything that we're doing in local communities, great coaching, and Coffee with Claire on our event calendar on the Offbeat Business app.
Well, Susan, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Claire. Appreciate it.
So this improv game we're going to play is called New Choice, and I have Ellen and Susan to help me today. And what we're going to do is we're going to start a neutral scene, and then once in a while, either Ellen or myself will say New Choice, and whoever just said what they said, they have to change it up just a little bit. So, like, for example, if Susan says, oh gosh, my dog just died.
New choice.
Yes, Ellen says new choice, then you would say what?
My goldfish.
Okay, my goldfish just died. And she might even say new choice again, so what else might die?
My squirrel, does it have to die?
No. You can make it alive if you would like.
So we can do something else?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and. Because every choice is available to us in improv. So, okay. So we need the title of a story that's never been told before. So from our studio audience, what might be a title of a story that's never been told? The penguin that went skiing. That's very neutral. Okay. So, all right. So, Ellen, if you'd like to start, we'll start our scene, and then we'll start adding in, and every now and then we'll just change our choices around a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
All right, players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Let's see.
Oh, I just got a new penguin.
What on earth do you do with a penguin?
Oh, well, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take it skating.
New choice.
I'm going to take it basketballing.
New choice.
I'm going to take it to eat sushi because they love fish. So we're going to eat a lot of that.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I just wanted to know where the penguin sushi store is.
New choice.
I was just looking for my purse.
New choice.
I really am sad, and I'm needing some medication.
Oh. Well, you know,
What?
Susan here, she is an excellent
New choice.
She is an excellent drug dealer.
Really? Well, it sounds like you're the person I need.
Sounds like you need something better than medication.
New choice.
You need a glass of wine.
New choice.
You need the beach.
Yes. See?
You are amazing. Oh my
Amazing.
gosh, you
Totally.
are so right.
I know.
You know, I'm always impressed with the cool people that you know.
I
mean,
know.
every day you introduce me to craziness and amazing painters,
Painter.
Painters.
New choice.
ophthalmologists.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that last ophthalmologist was
Well, he got your eyes fixed,
I
yeah.
can see now.
So, Susan, have you ever felt really amazed with your ophthalmologist?
Yes. I was quite amazed that they didn't help me.
New choice.
I was quite amazed that that they sold chocolate
New
at
choice.
the lobby. Let's see. I was amazed that my ophthalmologist was really a teddy bear.
And that scene. Thank you, ladies. You did a great job. Woo-woo! So we are all so busy. How do you balance fun with responsibility at work?
Claire, I have a 2-year-old, so I feel like he's constantly throwing fun at me, whether I'm at home or at work. A lot of times he's up at the office with me, so yeah, that's how we throw fun in.
So what are some of the fun aspects about growing your business?
Meeting new people, definitely. Every day, I love to meet someone new and hear their life story and why they're selling their house, why they're buying their house. It's so much fun.
So how do you encourage others in their life to have fun?
Just breathe, take it easy, don't get so stressed out. Like, almost anything can be fixed or undone or whatever, so yeah.
So what advice could you give someone that might be struggling right now as to how to keep it fun?
I don't know, think about what makes you happy and follow those things. If something makes you happy, go do it, and then you'll have fun doing it.
So tell us a little bit about your business.
I work at One Plus Realty. We are a full-service real estate brokerage. My mom owns the company, so working for your mom makes it fun also. And we help buyers, we help sellers, we help everybody.
So if you had a happy dance or a happy stance, what would that look like? So remember, your challenge this week is to think about the opportunities for making higher percentage choices. We all can make choices. Some are lower, some are higher. So think about the highest payoff for the decisions that you make. Let us know on our Facebook page with Coffee with Claire, and remember to follow the fun. See you next time.